Hii nayo nikawa nakuja wengi. Niliona ni kama wakuange ni strict sana na kuenda. Hiyo sasa?
Yes, hivi unaimwaga.
18 watt. Oh, there's a book here. So we want now to get more information about this oldest mosque in Azerbaijan. Let us come and read. 1918. The English one. So the region is Shamaki, damaged in the aftermath of earthquakes in 1859 and 1902. During the March genocide of 1980, the Armenians had destroyed it. So the Juma Mosque of Shamaki was constructed in 743. It was seriously damaged by the Armenians and also earthquakes of 1859. And in 1902, during the March genocide of 1980 by the Armenian, mnajua wanakuanga na beef now, nationalists, they set this mosque on fire. And in 2010 to 2013, it has been sensibly restored and rebuilt in accordance with the decree of President Ilham Aliyev, ambaye ndio the current president hadi sasa. We'll take through about the history.
Hoş geldin. Tercümesi kimdi?
Ben tercüme ederim.
Aleykümselam. Davet edildi mısınız lan?
Bu kardeşim bir tane.
Guys, can everyone come here, please? Mariam?
From one of the oldest regions of Azerbaijan, from Shamak'ta.
Hoş gelmişsiniz.
You're welcome. Thank you.
İnşallah ki Şamak şəhər Cümə məscididir. Qafqazda ikinci məsciddir.
This mosque, it's the second oldest mosque in Caucasus region, in this region. Built in 743.
Dedisi inşallah. Birinci məscid tikilib Dərbənddə 3 il bundan qabaq yetişdirir.
So the first mosque in Caucasus region is built in 740. In Darband region, it's north side of the Azerbaijan, and the second one is this one, Shamakh Juma Mosque.
Xəlifə Əbu Müslimin qardaşı Əbu Valid İranı, Azərbaycanı, Dağıstanı istilası dövründə xəlifənin qardaşı Əbu Valid şərifə tikdirdiyi məsciddir.
So in the 7th century, there was Khalifa Abu Muslim. So
Qardaşı Əbu Valid.
So he built this mosque during that period on the name of his brother.
Və bildiyiniz kimi Şamaxı Azərbaycanın seismik müzəsidir.
Yeah, and also I don't know if you're aware of it, but Shamakh, it is located in a place, it's very high seismic zone, and we are having earthquakes here. And this
like you're writing here.
yeah, it's written here also. So this mosque is damaged a couple times in the history due to the earthquakes in Shamakh region.
4 böyük zəlzələnin şahididir.
Yeah, so we had 4 grand earthquakes in this city
1667,
in 1667,
1856
1856,
və 1859
1859,
və sonuncu 1902.
and in 1902. So we had 4 grand earthquakes that this mosque had went through.
Və bildiyiniz kimi Şamaxı 1000 ildən artıq bir tarixi olan Şirvanşahlar dövləti paytaxtı mı?
So we had an empire here called Shirvanshah. It's a dynasty. So this very much Şamaxı, it was the capital of that, let's say, country called Shirvanshah. It's a
Well,
very big empire. It was here in this region.
Və 1859-cu il zəlzələsinə qədər Şamaxı paytaxt olaraq qalıbdı.
So till the time of 1859, Şamaxı, it was the capital of the dynasty called Şirvanşahlar. So yeah, it was our capital, only capital in this region.
Və 1859-cu il zəlzələsindən sonra o zəlzələdə 2000-dən yuxarı insan tələf oldu burada.
So after that grand earthquake in 1859, more than 2,000 people died.
Və paytaxt Şamaxıdan başqa köçüb.
And we have changed our capital from Şamaxı to Baku.
Və bura sadəcə dediyimiz kimi 1000 il bir tarixi olan dövlətin paytaxtı olubsa, bura bütün sivilizasiyanın, elmin, mədəniyyətin ən yüksək inkişaf elədiyi yer olubdu bura.
So, as you may have also understood, it was the capital of an empire that has more than 1,000 years. So, due to that, this is a center of culture, tradition, and it has really deep roots in this region, Şamaxı.
Və bundan əlavə namazı biz də qılacağıq da. Hə. Və bura Dünya İpək yolunun üstündə yerləşibdi.
This city was also on the Silk Way.
Bura sadəcə bir məscid oldu, bütövlükdə bir kompleks oldu. Burada ticarət mərkəzləri, bazarlar və burada indi göstərəcək biz orada məscidin həyətində bir mədrəsə olubdu, dərsxana olubdu və buyurun.
So he says this place, it's not only a mosque, but as it was on the Silk Way, it was a big complex where you could have, where you had chance to trade, where you had chance to study. There was a school in Arabic, it's called madrasa, where you could have learned Quran and you can, get your classes done, and also you could pray. I don't know, just have you could pray also. So it was a big complex rather than a simple mosque.
Biz inşallah onların zəlzələdən sonra qalıqlarını sizə göstərək. Buyurun inşallah.
So we are now going to see after the earthquake.
So we want to witness now the ruins after the earthquakes, how it happened. Come and see.
İstəsələr bəlkə.
This exact spot, it is the place we call madrasa, classrooms for the people to learn Quran and everything. So this is the ruins of that thing after the earthquake in 1859.
1858-ci ildə Fransız səyyahı Alexander Dumas'ın Qafqaz səyahəti var və orada əsərində də var. O öz əsərində sözsüz 1859-cu il zəlzələsində də Alexander Dumas Şamaxıda idi və o öz təyin təsvirətlərində yazır ki, Şamaxıda daşın üstündə qalmadı Cümə məscidindən başqa. Bundan da əlavə bu mədrəsə haqqında yazır ki, burada şəriət elmləri, dini elmlərlə yanaşı dünya elmlərindən həndəsənin, cəbrin, astronomiyanın ən son nailiyyətləri tədris olunur.
Okay. So what he says basically is that in 1858 there is a French a French guy who is traveling all around this region, and he was here, Alexander Dumas. He was here, and he is writing that after the earthquake, all Şamaxı, the city, was flattened apart from this mosque. And he is writing in his book specifically about this madrasa that they didn't only teach religion and Quran here, but they were also teaching geometry, algebra, and all the astronomy also, which he found very interesting in that time.
entering the mosque, and we've heard that during the Armenian attack, 1,500 people were burnt alive. In Islam, you need to remove your shoes before entering. And I'm supposed to bathe my legs and hands, but that's about it for now.
Binada olan bütün taşlar ikiler birbirine bağlanır. Bak orada o yivler vasıtasıyla tamamlanır orada. Zelzele vakti bina özünden rəqs edib dağılmamağını ötürü zelzele devam ediyor.
It says,
Ve otel geldi, gətdə yaşıyor.
as we have mentioned before, that this area is a seismic area, so
Payla
many
hamısı
earthquakes and everything. So what he says is that
Bizim yeri qızlarıdır.
when it's built, they have put some irons in it.
So kuna shuka kwa ladies wanafaa kujifunika on their head.
They have made it to make the building more stable during the
Ha,
earthquake,
böyledir.
and they have. You should have the headscarf.
Okay.
So they have done it, and during an earthquake, this mosque is somehow sliding and flexing instead of, a destruction. So this is technology that they have had in that period. You can see also on the wall is tiny holes with metal in it. So they have done it, and all stones are balanced and interconnected with each other, and they're very much flexible.
Ve Sovet döneminde 70 yıl bilirsiniz ki komünistlerin devrinde bu mescid bağlı olurdu. Bütün din qadağıyla olurdu.
Also during Soviets, he says there was this propaganda of no religion, no God, and in that period, for 70 years, this mosque was closed, so no entrance was allowed.
Ve Sovet döneminden sonra Allah Cenab Prezident'ten razı olsun dönemine 2009 yılda Hilal Fondu'nun talantlığı ünvanı Azərbaycan denizi altında Cenab Prezident 2010 yıldaki fermanına sonra bu mescid bu seviyede, yüksek seviyede bərpa olundu ve insanların istifadesine verildi.
So in 2010, by our president, he has signed a document that after that document, this building became a well-known complex, as we want to show how tolerant our nation is for all the religions. So yeah, this place went through a big renovation. So that's what in 2010.
O günden bugüne kadar milliyetinden, dininden, efendinden, günden aslı olarak bütün insanların hamısının yüzüne açıldı.
So from that date, this mosque is open to all nations, everyone, all disabilities, no matter what kind of difference you have. So this place is open to everyone, showing a great tolerance.
Ve bildiğiniz gibi dünyada müzeylere bakışlı orada büyük bir fiyatlar kıymetedir ama burada hiç müzeyler ücretli bile
So what this is that
burada maksat odur ki, Müslümanların bugünleri dünya dijital multikulturalizm ama bizde ta bineye qədimdən heç bir mezhep ayrı seçkiliğine yol verilmeden hamı bir çatının altında ibadet ediyorlar.
So, in every religion, yeah, we call ourselves Muslim, but even inside of that, you have some small groups that they pray differently, they do some rituals differently. So, to be able to host everyone and to be able to pray for, simultaneously for different subgroups, they have made 3 intersections here, as you can see. One here, one in the middle, and one on the other side. Normally in the mosque you have just one. Everyone is coming and praying. But here, just to feel yourself more comfortable, they have built 3 intersections that you can pray exactly how you want. So, yeah.
Ve burada biz hatta hiçbir insanın dini akidesine göre onlara bir maniyetçilik yapıyoruz.
And there is no discrimination for how you pray and how you do the rituals. There is no discrimination. You just come here and you do you how you want.
Ve aksine insanlara biz tebliğ ki hamı bir insandır, eyni seviyede, hamı birbirine karşı ihtiramla, merhametle rəftar etmelidir.
And he says we are actually promoting that we are all one, we are all coming from the same source, same origin, we are all human, and you should treat each other exactly on the same level.
Ve insanlar bilmelidir ki hamı Allah katında insan olarak yaratıldı ve hamı birbiriyle bir soykökten yaratıldı. Allah'ın nezdinde bir insan en büyük amal her ne varsa Allah gönderirse hamısı insanlara hizmetten gönderilir.
And he says on the level of God, we are all equal, we are all coming from the same origin, and whatever God sent for us, it's for us, it should serve us, we should divide it equally. So, yeah.
Bu dünya bizim umumi insanlığın bir evidir. Eğer biz istiyorsak ki evimizde bir huzur olsun, o evde o huzurdan ötürü hamı səy eləməlidir. Birbirine hürmet etmelidir.
So he says this is a house, this is a home, religious place. So if we want to have it's like a family. So if you want to have stability inside, everyone should spend the same effort to build this.
Ona göre de biz bütün dünya sülh emramanlık var.
So he's wishing peace to everywhere, everyone.
Ve bütün her bir yerde haksız kan tökülmeyen biz aleyhindeyiz.
And he's against for all the wars around the world, killing each other.
Bu bizim devletimizin, dinimizin ve devletimizin amalıdır.
And he says this is the final wish of our religion and our country and our nation.
Ona göre de biz insanları davet ediyoruz. Gelsin burada insanın birbirine karşı olan hürmetin, ihtiramı ama bizde ayağını vasıta olarak görsün.
So we are inviting everyone around the world to this place that you can see the equality, you can see how we treat each other in this place.
Ve bizim onlara teşekkür ediyoruz. Onlara xeyir dua edirik ki, sağ salamat olsunlar. Onların da memleketlerinde, torpaqlarında daima sülh, əmin-amanlıq olsun inşallah. Ve bize karşı ne sorunları varsa biz inşallah hazırız.
So he says thank you, God bless you that you came here, and he's saying if you have any sort of questions you can just ask.
Amin and shukran.
Elhamdülillah, maşallah.
So, if I may ask, you said this was the headquarters of a kingdom.
There was a country in that time, in this geography, called Shirvanshahlar, and it was the capital of the country.
They are descendants of that kingdom's
President again?
the descendants of people from that family of the kings. Are
Oh,
they still around?
no. Maybe they are, but we never had this one bloodline thing here. No.
Ne değil?
Deyir ki, bu Şirvanşahların ki şahı var idi. Bak, onların indi kimli nəvələri. Dedi ki, bizdə o qədər.
Artık o köçüp gidiyor. Biz de bir demokratik bir ülkedir.
He says it
İnsanlar
dissolved. We are a democratic country, so there is no bloodline.
dinin yaşıyor. Hukuku devletin seçkiyle, azat seçkiyle devlet başta seçilir ve burada her bir kesin özünün hukuku var. Artık o şecere monarxiya ne olur? Bizde
He
monarxiya
says
bir şey
this
yok.
monarchy, we don't have it. We don't keep the same bloodline. We don't even know where are they right now.
من أين أنت؟ اللغة العربية؟
No,
شوية شوية.
نعم.
No, no, no.
هو يعرف فقط بعض الكلمات العربية، لا يوجد العربية الفصحى. هو من كينيا.
Şey ne değil?
I would love you to explain to me what exactly.
The history from the year that it was started and then the name of the Shia too and then the mosque.
Sure.
Okay.
So today we were here with the Sheikh Marhamat. So he's been telling us about the history of this place, the importance of this place, why this place matters. So we are today in Shamakh Juma Mosque. So this is a very historical place. It's built in 743. It is the second oldest mosque in this region. Before that, we have only one that built in 700 in Caucasus region, and it's on the northern part of Azerbaijan in the Darband region. And so we have talked about the history of this place. So this place has went through four very big earthquakes, as this place is located in a very high seismic zone. A couple times this city itself was flattened by the earthquake, but this place stayed because of the specific technique that they have used when they built it, that this building could stay flexible and very elastic during the earthquakes. It can move itself but not destroy. Also, as we have mentioned, inside, normally in the mosques you have only one place to pray, but here you have three interconnected sections that people from the different subgroups of the Islam can pray independently as they wish. Also for the women to pray, it is on the other side of the building. There is a small narrow path to go there. And apart from that, this place is not only a mosque, it is a big complex. In the past, where you have madrasa, it is classrooms that you can study religion, you can study Quran. And Alexander Dumas writes in his book when he was here in the 1860 earthquake, and he's writing that this place stayed, everything was flattened, and in this madrasa, in these classrooms, they were not only teaching about religion and Quran, but they were teaching also about geometry, astronomy, algebra, and everything, which he finds very fascinating for that time. And in 2010, this place went through a big renovation and opened for everyone, for the foreigners. There is no fee for anyone, entrance is fully free, and our Sheikh Marhamat is inviting everyone to come and experience this place and to see how people treat each other, how we are all equal. And he says on the God's level, we are all equal. What God has ever provided, it's all for us, and we should divide it equally. But that's basically it I can say about this
Yeah,
place.
thank you. Would you also be able to tell me if there's other dominions that come to pray here?
Other religions?
Yes.
Yes.
It's fully free. You can come and you can pray. The only discrimination I would say here we have is gender discrimination, that you should pray on the other side and men should pray on this side. That's the only thing. Apart from that, even you're atheist, you're whatever, you can just come and pray here.
Okay, talk to me about the peace and the peace you're trying to bring here to ensure that there's
Okay, so what Marhamat, our Sheikh, said that this place is like a house for us. And if you want to have stability and peace in your house, everyone should spend the same effort. So that is what he promotes, that when you enter, when you take off your shoes and you enter here, you're all equal and you should spend the same effort to bring the peace and stability here. And that will also bring your inner peace to yourself. That's what I can say.
thank you so much.
Thank
for
you
your
very
So
much.
where's
Thank
the
you.
women's section?
Again?
The women's section. On
The
this.
women said, kadınların yerine ne gezmiyorlar?
Bu tabii.
I mean, bu kadar olmaz değil mi? You're not allowed to go there.
After this board,
It is on the other. Okay, so we have to finish. مرحبا بالصالون.
we are not allowed to go to the women's section. Let me see, mom. So that comes towards the end of our tour. This comes to the end of our trip to the Juma Mosque. Juma means Juma, it is compulsory for people to come. Maybe